He's sobbing. He's saying it's the end of an era. And I'm thinking, it didn't have to be this way.
Both are scary, right? And we don't always want to get out of our comfort zone.
They're worried about whether I'm going to be fair or not. Divorce just takes away all trust.
I probably will get a lawyer.
Until last night, I didn't really blame Robin for the family imploding. Honestly, I just thought she was too clueless to be that manipulative. But then, watching Cody's reaction to Mary being, well, Mary, it was like I was seeing the guy who fell in love with her for the first time in over a decade. It was almost touching. Almost. Robin came into the picture at a time when none of Cody's other wives could stand each other, and his kids were getting old enough to realize he wasn't all that great. Enter Robin, the shiny new model. She made him feel like he mattered, like he was needed again. Plus, she didn't have any of that messy history with the other wives. She didn't have to share kids or space with them the way the others did. She was young, thin, and most importantly, needy. She catered to him in a way the others hadn't in years. Robin was Cody's escape, his refuge from the chaos of the other three. She made him feel special when his wives and kids were slowly checking out. But here's the kicker. Mary leaving him was the wake-up call Cody needed. For the first time in forever, he realized he'd lost the one woman he actually called his soulmate. He had never looked at any of his other wives, including Robin, with the same adoration he had for Mary back in the early days. Robin doesn't make him laugh. He has no one to reminisce with about the good old days or chat about his kids with. He doesn't have anyone who gets his sense of humor or remembers him as that young, carefree guy. So do I think Cody's in love with Robin? Honestly, I'm not sure. I think he's just stuck. He knows he messed it all up, but he's never going to admit it. I'm pretty sure Cody still has strong feelings for Mary. That's why he overreacted so much to that whole bumping into him thing. Honestly, it wasn't that big a deal, but you could see he was surprised by how much it affected him. Cody's never been great at admitting how much he needed Mary. Is she his mother figure, telling him what to do? Or is it more of a first love kind of thing? Honestly, I'm leaning toward the latter. We've seen time and time again how he goes to Mary for advice, whether it was the big move to Flagstaff or the whole house fiasco. The other wives might offer their opinions, but Cody always goes to Mary for guidance. She's his emotional support wife, not because she blindly validates every tear he sheds, but because with her, he feels safe. And honestly, I think that's the closest thing to love Cody has left. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. I'm giving Mary this journal so she can write down all of her hopes and dreams. Oh, like her dream of completing a college degree? The one you totally crushed in favor of your genius business venture? Classic. That was my first thought when she said that. Like, really? You've never once genuinely cared about this woman's wants or needs. I would have smacked her with that journal, honestly. Because if there's one thing Cody's good at, it's proving he's all about his dreams while everyone else's get pushed aside. So Robin essentially says that Mary's faking it and must be miserable about moving. Nope. Mary's clearly thrilled to be moving on, but Robin's gotta spin it into some sad story where she's the one who cares the most. It's honestly the first time they're having fun. And then in walks Debbie Downer, ready to poop all over the party to act like she cares. It's so awkward. And don't even get me started on that hideous journal, one that I really hope Mary throws straight into the moving dumpster. Seriously, Robin, move on. Everyone else has. And shout out to Mary for telling Cody, today is about me, you get her all the time. That moment, and then her and Cody laughing, was perfection. I hope he realizes just how badly he screwed this all up. Robin's constant wet blanket energy is unbearable. I mean, even when they showed the staged family fun night, she looked like she was auditioning for the role of the mood killer. And then there's Robin's whole, how dare Christine say I manipulated Mary? Act. Honey, You've been trying to guilt Mary into not going back to school, begging her to hang in there with you despite Cody's nonsense, and couldn't even bother to check in on her. Yet somehow, your tears don't seem like manipulation to you. Classic. Oh, and Mary straight up confirmed she doesn't have that journal. She doesn't even know where it is. Lol. She's got her own notebooks with sticky notes when she actually feels like writing stuff down. The journal? Gone. Not her problem. Honestly, Robin's just an energy-sucking emotional vampire. She's consistently put Mary in situations where Mary ends up comforting her about her mini meltdown, while Mary's over here just standing there, unbothered and not playing into it. Watching Mary stay calm while Robin flails around was honestly beautiful. I'm so proud of Mary. She was totally unflappable. Robin's denial of manipulating Mary was honestly laughable. You can't make Mary do something she doesn't want to do. Oh, really? Because manipulation isn't about physically forcing someone to do something. They don't have to be unwilling to do it at all. It's more about using deceit, gaslighting, guilt, shame, and other sneaky tactics to make someone feel like they want to do what you want. But sure, Robin, go on with your "I'm not manipulative" act. There are so many examples of Robin's manipulative behavior. She used Mary's loneliness, her loyalty to Cody, her desire to be a part of the family, and even her insecurities about infertility and the whole catfishing scandal. Classic Robin move. She knows exactly what buttons to push. Take when she convinced Mary not to go to college because Robin couldn't bear the thought of running her jewelry business alone. She also told Cody that if Mary wasn't around to help her, she wouldn't have any more kids. Pretty subtle, right? Then there's the whole dangling the carrot of friendship and a relationship with herself and her kids to keep Mary invested in the family. Robin often tearfully begged Mary to stay and not leave her, because, obviously, Mary's the one who's been holding everything together. Let's not forget the time she convinced Mary to give up her legal marriage so it wouldn't financially hurt Cody. How thoughtful of her, right? Not. And oh yeah, there are those rumors about her involvement in the catfishing scandal. I mean, it's a family secret at this point, isn't it? Then there's the whole Las Vegas move, which some people say was Robin's idea. Apparently, she wanted to go with her son, and everyone else just followed. Of course, the family's financial situation was in ruins after that, but hey, it let Cody centralize the family wealth under his and Robin's name. Coincidence? I think not. And finally, we can't forget how Robin used Mary's money for the down payment on her home and then conveniently can't figure out how to pay her back. But why would she, right? She's got a perfect excuse for doing absolutely nothing. Anyone can be manipulated, but the worst kind of people know exactly how to exploit a person's insecurities and weaknesses. Just look at Mary and the catfishing mess. It's honestly gross to push this idea that strong, smart people can't be manipulated, especially when it blames the victim for being weak. You'd think Robin would understand this, given that she claims to have been in an abusive relationship herself, but maybe not. The way Robin snatched that bag and opened the gift for Mary. I swear, it was like watching a kid at a birthday party who just can't wait for their turn. Seriously, this woman has no idea how to act in social settings. It was almost painful to watch. She really wanted everyone to see what she got Mary, though for some reason, no one was particularly impressed. Mary clearly wasn't planning on opening that gift on camera, but Robin wasn't having any of it. Nope, she had to make sure everyone saw that moment. Why? Who knows? Maybe she was hoping for some kind of validation. And honestly, this behavior just explains so much about the one child. I think it was Truly's birthday, and Robin had to shoo the kid's hand away when she tried to take the candles after Truly blew them out. Like, come on. That's how you end up with a kid who thinks they can just take whatever they want because someone taught them that was okay. I couldn't find this posted anywhere in the sub, so sorry if it's already been discussed. But has anyone seen Christine and David's house tour on the Entertainment Tonight website? It really warmed me up to David. I'm loving his sense of humor, and the fact that he bought Christine nutcrackers for her collection was just so sweet. It shows he's really tuned in to what she likes, and it's clear he was thinking of her needs when they were house hunting, especially in the kitchen. He seems to truly appreciate Christine for who she is as an individual, which is so refreshing. They just seem so well suited, and I'm so glad they found each other. Also, it made me really happy that he bought her those nutcrackers for her collection. It got me thinking, didn't Cody once say something along the lines of, "If you have a collection of nutcrackers, you don't need another one"? I think it was in that episode where he went Mother's Day shopping with his mother-in-laws. I've always wondered which wife he was referring to there. We're joking about something that I certainly consider to be sacred between me and Robin, Cody. Okay, am I the only one who thought this was super weird for him to say? I mean, I get it now that Cody and Miri are divorced, and she got that religious divorce from the church. So I can kind of understand why he'd say this is off limits as a joke, but the fact that they were married for 32 years, and clearly there's nothing going on between them anymore, makes it feel like a non-issue. Honestly, I just thought this was a bizarre comment. Robin wanted plural marriage, right? Or at least she said she did. So why is joking about a totally awkward sexual mishap off limits with a fellow sister wife? And why is he calling it sacred between him and Robin? Was it not sacred with his other wives? Something about this is just off. Here's my theory. I think Cody was just having a good time with Miri, and as soon as he realized they were on camera, he panicked. He probably knew Robin would be pissed when she saw that. He was smacking his own hand for getting into the cookie jar before Mommy got a chance to stop him. And yet, this sacred line is rich considering Cody was caught kissing Robin before they were even married, all while still having 3 wives at home. Talk about double standards. In that moment, I think Cody was just genuinely having fun, but when he realized it was being filmed, he probably had to go home and explain himself to Robin. I'm guessing she wasn't thrilled, even though, let's be real, she probably wishes Miri were still a wife. I bet she made Cody say that line in the confessional too. His tone was totally different. Robin is definitely no fun. And let's not forget, they're no longer married. Miri is his ex-wife, and here he is making sexual jokes and blushing around her. Robin is not going to see her as a sister wife anymore. They had a spiritual divorce, which means Miri shouldn't even be on his radar. If Cody and Miri ever wanted to date or flirt again, they'd have to court each other and Robin would have to approve. Remember, she's got the control in this relationship. And really, any new wife seeing her husband making out with his ex-wife in a trailer and then flossing a towel in his crotch is not going to approve. Robin will absolutely lose it over this. I've said it before, but I can totally see Miri getting the BIL in the divorce. There's no way Cody is going to be allowed to have any more fun with him. Robin would be livid. I can almost hear her saying, "He disrespected the sanctity of our marriage," even though Cody's friend, who definitely got a free pass, did the same thing with Christine. Do Cody and Robin get embarrassed by the show? We don't really know for sure, but let's talk about that last episode for a second. The whole thing with Robin making a huge emotional scene when that wasn't the vibe of the day. Seriously, so cringy. Do we think she watches that back and thinks, "What was I even doing? I look like such a fool"? Honestly, that was my favorite scene of the season. Watching Robin try so hard to break Miri and get her to cry with her, it was just priceless. Miri wouldn't even open her present. She was stone cold. Robin had to open her own gift like a kid who didn't get what she wanted. You could tell halfway through the scene that Miri wasn't having any of it. Robin tried to backtrack, saying she wasn't trying to upset her, and Miri was just like, "Yeah, I'm fine." By the end, Robin was so upset she walked off without even saying goodbye. Cody saw and tried to be the good guy, but Mary just laughed and told him, "Nope, today's about me, not Eeyore." You know, Robin had to be embarrassed when she got in her car and left. The final act of revenge on Mary's part was when she said, "I'm not showing my emotions to anyone I don't trust." Burn. Also, that sneak peek of next week's episode. I'm pretty sure it was aired out of order. The part where Robin goes to snitch on Janelle probably happened right after Janelle left. I bet Cody started calling Mary the favorite ex-wife and helped her move just to keep her in his good graces. That way, she wouldn't team up with Janelle to go after him legally. If Robin ever decides she can't take Cody's anger and mistrust anymore, or if she feels his murder face is having a negative impact on her kids, what do you think that exit would look like? I don't think she'll leave like Christine, giddy and liberated, or like Janelle, nonchalantly walking away. Heck, not even like Mary, quietly fading into the background. Robin, she will be petty. You think she pulled some dirty moves with David Preston Jessup by dragging him through the mud as an abuser? Just wait until it's Cody's turn. Honestly, I hope she does leave. No one, even Robin, deserves to be constantly walking on eggshells around a man who's one angry outburst away from Hulk-level explosions. And that's just what we see on TV. Imagine living with that kind of volatility at the codependent Tender Ranch. It has to be genuinely terrifying. But let's be real, I think the polygamy dream is fading for her. She's aging out of the safe pregnancy window, so there's no longer an opportunity for her to pop out more kids for the husband's planet. She'll take Cody for whatever she can get, then likely blow it and move on to the next husband. As for just finding a new guy, well, good luck with that. She's got minor children with a psycho, and who needs that drama? And let's not forget the 3 adult kids she won't let leave home. Her youthful looks, well, they're gone. She's not aging well, and to top it off, she's become increasingly pious and judgmental. She's also got some mysterious condition that makes her unable to work, which is convenient, right? I'm not sure she was ever truly a prize to begin with. She was a 31-year-old apostate with 3 kids and a ton of debt, trying to get sealed in the AUB. Now, she's turned into a matronly mess, and looking at her mom, Alice, if Robin's taking after her, that's not a good sign. So what could Robin bring to a third husband, whether in a polygamous or monogamous setup, other than drama, debt, and unwanted public attention? It was maddening when Cody apologized for leading Mary on for 7 years, only to immediately take it back by saying he was actually glad he did it. Why? Because it helped him meet their final separation with sadness instead of anger. It makes sense, right? He asks, and Mary, in her typical semi-polite way, gives a sort of, even though she clearly doesn't believe it. She should have snapped back with, "No, it really doesn't. Those years might have helped you, but from my perspective, all those years I sacrificed for you to love me. Wasted." But of course she didn't. Ugh. Then there's that scene where they supposedly moved everything out of Mary's huge house. Yeah, right. There is no way Cody, Mary, and those 2 clowns managed that by themselves. Seriously, there was hardly anything in that moving truck. Mary made a big deal about leaving the bed she bought with Cody, but she took the mattress and box spring and left the frame? In the real world, Mary would have just hired movers, and Cody would have been totally out of the picture because, oh yeah, they're not together anymore. The whole thing felt staged, just something for them to film. It was pathetic, honestly. Why Mary should talk about the Coyote Pass money issues. Mary previously said she paid her fair share for Coyote Pass and felt she deserved an equal share back. So why shouldn't she discuss it? She was in the process of permanently ending things with Cody. Of course, Coyote Pass needed to be settled, and it was completely disingenuous for Janelle to think Mary shouldn't bring it up with Cody. When Mary went to talk to Cody and Robin, she wasn't just being dramatic. she established something important that could be used legally. None of them agreed on the names Cody put on the parcels. Robin confirmed this. So what was Miri supposed to do? Sit on her hands and hope the issue magically resolved itself? Of course, she needed to speak up. I've seen the posts calling Miri a POS for doing this, and I'm just like, what? Are we seriously questioning why Miri didn't keep this info to herself? If she hadn't said anything, then what would have been the plan? Hope everything worked out? That's a wild take. Miri put in just as much as everyone else. When Janelle told her what was going on, alarm bells went off, and she absolutely had to protect herself. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.